Hello and welcome back to All the Mods 7 to the Sky. I was gonna try to play the flute and do that at the same time, but I couldn't. It was distracting me even. This is episode 4, and let's take a look around here. There we go. We'll put this flute of distraction away, and we're gonna put it right there. All right, so we've tightened up the area, made little rooms off to the side for everything, and I'll explain and go into detail on what I've done here. Quite a bit, actually. Made a little cactus room that auto-harvests them, then they fall to the ground. I can actually gather them up. Let's take a look what we've done. First off, we'll explain the sand. The sand. You can actually make snad and things on it grow twice as fast. So I did that, and then it's right up here, and the cactus. I got some cactus seeds and I put them in there, and then grew the cactus, and I just put that at that level so that when it grows up, it just breaks off, falls to the ground, and I can just come and collect them. We already have our lava doing its thing over here, so we can put this away. And I just put a flower there to note that this is where I put the growable type things. The books probably shouldn't be in there, but oh well, we'll leave them there for a second. And the green dye comes from cooking the cactus. So now we have some green dye. I suspect we'll need that as well. So let's take a look at the next thing. What I was going for, I built this whole thing up. I built that. I had a ladder going up there. Nobody wants to use a ladder. And, well, yeah, I built this with the sugar cane out here. And it grows forever really, really tall because of apotheosis. So nobody wants to climb up with a ladder. Keeping an eye out there. I wanted to use these elevators. I'll break one and I'll show you what you do here. There's the hidden barrel flare lantern. There we go. I needed ender pearls because, and quite a few of them actually, if you just go like that and then you build one above it and you jump, it puts me up to the next level. And this is the next level that I'm building on. And it's very plain right now, and I'll decorate it and make windows and branch things off and all kinds of stuff. So let's go back down, but that's an easy way to go up and down. Safe way, nice. So how did I get ender pearls, or how do you get ender pearls? Let's do that. Let's find out how. We're going to press A and put it over here. And let's find out. So what's the recipe? I'm looking at this thing. Well, I can't do that. And then I look at the sieve. Makes sense. And it said, okay, it wants crushed end stone. Oh boy, I'm not at the end, I know that. And we're going to run it through the emerald mesh. Okay, I can do that. So what's the recipe for these? Just endstone. Well, what's the recipe for endstone? Let's find out. Looking and looking. Fluid transformation. Oh, right here, the igneous extruder. If we get witch water, and then a glowstone underneath one of these. Here's the igneous extruder. I was looking at it. Invar is made up of... Let's find out. Invar is the dust. The dust is just iron, 2 iron. And we can make dust by going like... just hammering it down. The raw materials. I said, okay. So I can make the Invar with the nickel. And Constantan, I can make that probably as well. Same kind of thing, I suspect. And that's copper and nickel. We get that. So I made it, not a lot, but some, and I'll probably make some more, just to have it on hand. Said, okay, we're going after that, this thing here, right here. We'll get rid of this. There's how to make the engineer's hammer. We'll take that. There's the Constantan, no problem. We'll get that barrel out of there for a second. And we're going to go to that. So I know how to make this and this. we can do that. Okay, that's easy. The pistons are easy. All that stuff was easy. So I made the igneous extruder. I actually made quite a few of them. Let's see. I think they're up here. Don't see them. Well, I'm not sure where I put them, but I have 2 more ready to go on hand. And I said, all right, igneous extruder. I've made those, and now we got to do it and utilize them. So let's into the uses. You click on usage. If you put an igneous extruder down with a magma block underneath it and water and lava on either side, it'll start producing these endlessly. I said, okay, that's something I definitely want. And then I want the end stone. Glowstone, we got that. That's a problem. Lava, we figured out how to do that. And witch water. All right, so I'm going to put witch water right there. Hard to see it, but I was able to make it. And you just dump a bucket of witch water right there. Lava. And this one's water and lava. And the item is underneath. You can see it down here. Right there. And it's doing its thing. And these are, they don't take power or anything. And this item, there's the glowstone doing its thing. We'll just put that back. And I just put that next to it to indicate, hey, this is the one. It's just a visual reference. And we have a ton of... Now we don't have to cook the cobblestone down to make the bricks, to make smooth stones, to make these bricks. That's great. And I found out, sorry, a little bit of distraction. See these flint stairs? I was able to make those with this item, the architect's cutter. And you put the flint blocks in there. And now I have a use for those flint, because I had so many of those flints from the auto sieving. So we're back to the witch water. How do we do it? Oh boy. So witch water. Let's find out. Fluid transformation. So if we have a mycelium block, you put water into a barrel, it should turn it into witch water. I said, okay, let's try that out. So I made a sink, and right here, peek at it right there. Right there is the mycelium block. And all you do to do that is get one of these spores right here. And I'll show you how that's done. So I have this going. It takes the sink, and then I fluid pipe out water into here. And you got to be careful, because otherwise, if it goes too quickly and you're using it for something, it might draw the water out until we have an actual filter on here, which we don't, because they're expensive to make, the item filters, or the fluid filter. So I just put a tank here to fill this thing up out of from Mechanism. It goes into here, and then I can put stuff into the witch water as well. But I just wanted a bucket of witch water, which I've got. No problem. So how do you get the mycelium to be under there? That's kind of difficult. The easiest way is back over at our sifter. So I made sure that we had all emerald meshes, which meant I had to upgrade the diamonds. And I put them in there. And I knew that if we had 8, it's easier to go with 8 instead of 9. It just divides them up because it's a stack of 64 at a time. So I said, okay, I'm going to try to get these things. And once we do, you just pop it down on that. Come on, I've done this before. Why does it? Maybe it's on dirt. Let's try it on dirt. There we go. On dirt, it turns it into that. Now the tricky thing is, don't do that and just leave it there, because it'll start spread and kind of infect everything, and I didn't want that to happen. So there. Oh, and then it used up one of our spores. And how we get those are actually pretty easy. We'll just take some dirt, and that's the wood. There's the stone, because I don't have labels yet. Here's the weird stones. I just put a block of cinnabar under there. So I know that this is, and we'll just do 16, and we'll see what we get out of this. So we'll jump up here, and we'll sift it. Well, what do we get? I think it's like a 5% chance. So we did not get any of those. And I'll just go like this. I'll just put it in the... I made a specific chest here just for the dirt that gets in there. And these things I can take back out. And we'll throw them in the trash can right here. So I don't need these. I can make them different ways now. But if I ever need them, I can do that as well. But that's how I got the... with the emerald, it's a 5% chance for the spore. The spore gave me that. And then I had the witch water. And then this is all to get the ender pearls. And then these go in here. And I made a chest, and I started withdrawing them up. And we'll put all this in here. So I got tons of this stuff now, but it needs to be crushed. So I made a pulverizer. Let's find out where the pulverizer is. We'll just go like this and pull it up this way. This was actually easy to make. Recipe. That, copper gear, tin gear, iron, all very easy stuff. And then I actually made a redstone, the energy pipe from the pipes mod. Push withdraw from our combustion coal generator there that's still on that power system. And it powers this item, pulls them out from the bottom, and I said pull them out. And you got to set the, see how this, it comes like this. It comes set up this way. You see how that turned off there? Well, if you say auto output, auto that, and then I said in for blue, out for that. Now let's see if it's still set up right. I hope so. We'll duck down and take a look. I don't think so. So because I did that, let's go over there. And I don't have a tool belt yet, so I don't, or a backpack, because I don't have any cows spawning. I had pigs spawn over there, and I did measure it out, and it is 24 away. A bunch of pigs spawned, and then I called them, and I even had a baby pig. Where'd he go? I don't know. Is he out there? What's this? Oh, we got a wolf. Oh, hello. Doggo. So we're going to have to tame that guy. That's nice. But then, maybe... Oh, the wolf killed the pig. Aww. I had a pet pig here. He's gone. Oh, boy. I wonder where he got. I was like, where is he? And we'll take this, and we'll reset it. Right like this. There we go. Now it's pulling those, pulverizing the regular endstone into crushed, and we'll put this up here. We probably should upgrade this as well, because that's gonna become an issue. It'll fill up. All right, so we're in good shape there. Let's go put these away. Plenty of stones now, so that I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can just press the Z key, and it turns them into those bricks for me. Perfect. And then I've got this right here. There's the trash can. That's easy to make as well. We'll put them in this one. Oh, not that one. Oh, the crushed endstone, yeah. Crushed, 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 crushed. We'll put this in here. We're in good shape. Now I did make those. And then I really needed this to automate this next system. And this is the Ars Nouveau thing. And I needed these. So we had the endstone. once you do that, I should have showed you. You sieve through them, and we get lots of these. We could even do that right now. We'll do 64 of them. Let's see how many we get. Alrighty. Oh, we got one already. Two. And platinum. And that chorus, the that fruit thing we get. There it is over there. Beautiful. And I did a bunch more wool from the string. I made a bunch of trees here, infested them, and got wool because that takes 8 wool per elevator block, and I needed a lot. So let's see. I guess we could set these in. Where are they going? Not there. We'll put them in here. Oh, where were they? Are they in this? Nope. We'll put them in here for now. Just like that. And storage system is on the way. Definitely. I have room for it upstairs now at least. So, let's see. I wanted these. And why did I want them? Let's find that out. I was using them for... Oh! To make the... I needed it for... I needed one magma block over here. So that I could start cooking these so I don't have to sit there and use all the charcoal, burning that up. So I don't have to sit there and make trees. It was a power issue, so I wanted to fix it that way. So how did we make those? Oh boy. Well, if I put one with the stones around them, I get 8. That's great. I definitely want these. Well, how do I make them? Here's the recipe. And it's on an imbuement chamber. So I needed an imbuement chamber and a pedestal. So what's the recipe for that? Archwood. What's the recipe for this? Arcane stone. Oh boy. So, let's go to this one first. Oops. We'll back up. Sorry about that. There's the recipe. I needed archwood planks. Well, the planks come from those trees, so I went and got a market guy. Market. The recipe for that, I made some red dye from a flower, and you can bone meal on the grass to get different flowers. And I dyed a single piece of wool red, and then put the logs there, and we got our market. Then you come over to the market guy, dropped him down, and you want to drop him one away so he has room to stand back here. And then I said, okay, arch. There we go. I picked a tree, planted it, grew it, chopped it down, and I got enough for these right here. Not that one. Not that. Recipe. Right there. There it is. That way I won't lose it. I got enough for that. I also needed these pedestals. The recipe for those are them. That's interesting. So how do I make that? So what you do is you look at that, we're out just now. These imbuement chambers, if you put a piece of, let's see if we can go grab some. We'll grab a whole stack of them, I guess. If you put one of these lapis in there, just sitting there by itself, it'll sit there and cook up, and then it'll turn into one of these, but it takes a long time. See the progress? So I was running back and forth, so I definitely wanted to automate this. So I said, how can I automate it? Well, I can put a chest and then drop them in here. But if you just withdraw whatever you want to withdraw out of the bottom, it'll take that blue item, that lapis, and put it in here. I don't want that to happen. So I had to make these. What's the recipe for these? Oops. Here we go. And that required one of these, which is easy to make. This is easy to make, but it doesn't offer the filtering. There we go. So how did I do it? I had to sit there and get so much of that dust through my sieves to get enough for these. And now I do have enough, and just barely, to make 3 of these things, because it was 12 blocks of it. So let's go like this. And we're going to go like this. See how it just withdrew it? And now that'll get put out. It should put it in there. Let's see why it's not doing that. There it goes. It should be putting it in here. Oh, it's just going right through, so I don't even see it show up. So we're going to make that stop by going right-click on there and add. We're going to whitelist just those. So now that'll stop, and it'll just drop that in. As it cooks, it'll pull them out for us into this. And I didn't mind this part where it's not automated and sending over to our next contraption. I said, okay, so that's done. So now I have a fairly unlimited supply of these things right here. These source gems, which I needed to make the source blocks as well. So we'll put those in. So now I just stuff them in here, and it kind of runs itself, and I come back over when it's done. So I made the pedestals, 3 pedestals, just like that. 1, 2, 3. And the recipe tells you the recipe. 1 in the middle, the source gem, a flint and steel, a torch, and a gunpowder. And you just click them and put them on top. And these pedestals have to be touching this imbuement chamber. And it sits there and it cooks away, as long as there's, see how I'm feeding that in to the back there? And then I did a filter on this as well, so that it won't take it out until it turns. I think I blacklisted those. I should blacklist those. That way you can change the recipe around and get all the different essences, because there's quite a few. At Ars Essence. Here's all the different essences that I'll be working on. And eventually I'll have a whole system set up where I'm manufacturing every essence, and it's just going to make them all for me. So I did that. That was a lot of work. Let's see what else we have worked on. Moved everything over. Got everything squared away. The next thing I'll be working on is that power, maybe like a trying to get the I want to up this system up and actually make more of these, so that we're not, because it's actually pretty slow-ish. Not terribly slow, but pretty slow. So let's go find out if we can come over here. We'll make these into blocks. There we go. Blocks, 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 blocks. I just store them in here. There we go. Put that in there. Sort it. There we are. Put these in here. Right there. Sort it again. So we're in good shape. So the next, what I'm going to be focusing on next is to make more of these, have power set up, and kind of have a whole system. Hello, buddy. And I'll be taming that guy. And I'll set those up somewhere up here. And maybe a storage system. And we'll work on it from there. But I think that's a good idea. These things are nice too. I've been growing this wheat so that if I get some cows out there. Very nice, very nice. If I get some cows, I can feed them and start growing cows out there, because I definitely want to, Aw. There's just nothing going on out here. Don't know why. Pretty sad. I had pigs out there. And there's nothing else growing. I mean, there's nothing else out that way. And I did the chunk loading out there now too to help with that. Maybe this guy's scaring them away. No, I don't know. I'll tame him and we'll figure it out from there. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this stuff, go ahead and subscribe. It makes a world of difference. And interesting. There we go. And have a good one. I think I started off right here. Started off right here and end right here. Except we have a lot more done now. Have a good one. Are these actually working? I don't see them working. They should have, they should have grown up and popped off. I'll have to check that out. Guess I'm going swimming.